Welcome to Half Pace Outdoors. We made it 8 of 10 days. So follow me and see what happened. Decal. Look at the decal. Isn't that awesome? Tonight's candlelit dinner. Do we hear the rain? This is the Sand Hollow strip mine. My home away from home. The best part of staying up is Folgers in your cup. Pace breakfast burrito. Big homegrown chicken leg and thigh. Okay, so I'm having a battery issue. The size of these links. That is just massive. Dropped it once and that was a close call. Alright guys, here's that bittersweet moment. Leaving home on something I've never done before. A 10-day public land solo hunt. Let's go do this. Oh, my wife's gonna kick my butt when she finds out. I'm not supposed to drink Monster, but I've got like a 2.5 hour drive ahead of me. It's probably going to be dark by the time I'm setting camp up. I'm getting started later today than I wanted to. It's getting pretty dark. It's already 6:30, so it might end up being dark by the time I get to camp. If it's too dark, I'm not going to film setup because it's going to take me time to get the camera and stuff set up to film setting up camp. There's nothing but gravel roads down here. Ooh. Almost to camp. We're almost there. And he said, "Let there be light." And there was light. This has been one of the best DIY projects I ever did. So far, we got the tent set up. I'm getting ready to put the tarp up. But they're my catfishing lights, really. But tonight, they're camp lights. I run those off of a 12-volt deep cycle boat battery. Maybe we'll do a video on how I did. It's supposed to rain tonight, and I can already kind of smell it in the air, so that's why I'm kind of concerned about getting my tarp over top of my tent. My tent has been waterproof, but it's an Ozark trail, so they're known to leak. Mine doesn't leak yet. as always, my Gorilla 10x10. You just can't beat these tarps, guys. Ooh, it still smells like a campfire. Well, camp is set up for tonight. It's going to be very basic. I'm not even going to try to get a fire going. It's like 8:30. Tonight's candlelit dinner. Some crackers, salami, cheese, and Jameson Black Barrel. So I'm not necessarily solo. I did bring a friend. You guys can't see, my hair is a mess, so that's okay. Oh, this place is like a ghost town this time. I mean, I've never seen less than 10 people here at a time. And there's only me, one other van, and then this other campsite that's got like 3 or 4 guys in it. And that's it. There's nobody down here this time. And I am getting down here on a Monday, so that might be part of it, but even through the week I've never seen this few people here. And it is dark. Let me give you guys an idea. There's like no moon, no stars. It is as dark can be. And the wind's picking up. I can hear the thunder rolling in. It's about 9:30, so I'll be heading to bed here soon. Alright, I'm going to shut this off and get my light off because I'm hanging out with my tent door open. Fire's actually reflecting a lot of heat in here. So, alright, talk to you guys in a bit. It's about 10 o'clock now. We're going to call that a wrap on day 1. I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, good night. Good morning, everybody. Do we hear the rain? It's been raining since like midnight, and heavy, steady rain like this. It is just absolutely pouring down there. Oh. So yeah, kind of just hanging out in the tent until the rain stops. Good morning, day 2. It is still raining strong. I mean, I've got my rain gear, but there's just no need for me to be out in this right now. So we'll just hang out until it's over. It's about 9:30 right now. It should be quitting about 10. The winds have been ripping around so much that it's even gotten up underneath my tarp and gotten my tent wet. Not the inside. The inside of my tent's perfectly dry. I'm talking about the outside. That's why it's so important to waterproof your gear, guys. Especially these Ozark trail tents. If you're going to use an Ozark trail tent, take it home, tape up all your seams, spray waterproofer on it. I used a whole can of Scotch Guard on this thing. Or not Scotch Guard,
I actually used a whole can of the, oh, they sold it in the camping aisle, but it's waterproofer spray. So there's a big hill that scoops down and comes up the other side, and there's like 3 strip mines that all link together in the bottom of this. And you gotta access that hill from the other side, but I like to scout it from this side because you can see all these spots up in there. The deer will come in there and bed. I've seen them bedding in there during turkey season, so I think that's going to be one of the places that I try to get into this week while I'm up here. Today though, we're just kind of screwing around and scouting all the deer sign places that I found while I was out here turkey hunting in the spring. Get an idea of, I want to try to pick 3 or 4 areas to go hunt. For now, everything's starting to warm up and dry up, so we'll head back to camp and get camp rearranged and set up the way that I want it so that I'm comfortable for the next 9 days. Alright everyone, we finally have camp set up for the next 9 days. And since it was dark last night when I got here and raining this morning, it's not camp until there's coffee. So, yeah. This week it's 1850 by Folger Trailblazer coffee. It's not too bad. Look, boom! Just filthy. Yeah. Now I just got to move the car because my fire is going to go right there underneath the tire. Yeah. This is home. This is where I belong. You guys want to see my strip mine? Let's go see my strip mine. I was complaining to my wife before I left that I couldn't find any of my ratchet straps. All of my ratchet straps seemed to have disappeared. So I get here, and as I'm cleaning the ground away this morning to move my tent, I found a whole ratchet strap. Oh, let's see what's my best way to get down here without falling. Alright. This is the Sand Hollow strip mine. My home away from home. Oh, I love it down here. This has got to be the quietest trip I've taken down here too. There's just nobody here. A couple people and that's it. I think it's safe to say my Stanley Cup is definitely getting its $15 worth of use. my plastic tab melted off the top. So yeah, here's my little lid handle. I haven't quite figured the coffee thing out yet. The cowboy Oh, excuse me. I haven't quite figured the cowboy coffee thing out yet. I always boil it over and then have to turn the heat down. So I did cheat this time and bring some firewood because I knew that there was going to be a couple days of rain, and I'm going to be out here for 10 days. So a little bit of buffer and having to do some work I feel is okay, considering the miles that I'm going to be putting under my boots this week. The black bag is just my tripod, my cooking tripod, which I probably could have left that at home, but I didn't pack light this time, and I had no intentions of packing light this time. I'm going to be working my butt off to get this video done, as far as scouting deer and then hunting the deer and then dragging the deer out of the woods all the way back to the car completely by myself. It's going to be some work, and I'm not complaining about that at all. That's why I came out here. This is what I love to do, so this is what we're doing. Here's something we need to do is split some of this up, because I need a cooking fire here in a little bit. Let's see. Should we try to like Rainier style this one? Not like that. Tell you what. Ha! Just like that. Let's hold the log in a better position. There we go. Let's do a big old pocket dunk. Still got some more yet. To be honest, guys, I think the pine needles are even still too wet. Like they're burning, but not the way they should be. That was way harder than it needed to be, huh? Since cheddar brats are a thing, we'll take one of my cheese packs, since when I can get it open. What I do for these is I just buy block cheese and then cut it into the portions that I want. I'm not going to say servings because I don't eat single servings of anything. Wait for the wind. Doesn't that just look delicious? A brat with some Colby Jack on a whole wheat tortilla. We'll see how this goes. Look at all the colors in the trees too. That's just beautiful. Ow! Almost fell off the car. I called a bobcat in trying to call coyotes. Right up in there in that little clearing. It goes quite a ways back there. Alright, we're actually going to take a little bit of a walk. I'm going to check this other spot out. There's a big clearing that's like 400 yards long. And then it dumps out into a huge open field back in the back. And then this is like another, I'd say 400 acre section of solid woods. I'm not sure how big that section is because it's quite a bit bigger. But there's deer trails all through here. So this is definitely a place that I want to try to come and sit. Probably pull an all-day sit out here just because of the amount of deer traffic that was through here the last time I was back. Alright, let's move up a little bit. I said let's move up a little bit, and I don't like filming while I'm walking because I'm super shaky. And I just kicked up. I don't know, he was a younger buck. He wasn't anything huge. But I got down to just about here. And he was right down in here. He was bedded down. He just stood up, looked at me, and then took off straight back. When I said move up, I was sitting right here. I think we're definitely going to be spending the day here. I'm okay with that result. We're going to go ahead and head back to camp. Relax for the evening. I said read a book, maybe get a fishing line in. I want to get out of here so that I don't bother him anymore. Call this the smoking ring of dinner. Oh yeah. Welcome to your late night bushcraft show with Zachary Leisure. This is Coffee After Hours. The best part of staying up is Folgers in your cup. This Trailblazer is some really good coffee when it's done over the fire too. For anybody who would like to know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I won't front. I like creamer. Some vanilla caramel love. Just dump that right in there. Oh, baby. Yes. Oh, there we go. Oh. I can almost taste it from here. I'm starting to like my Yuko Spork. Don't worry, it's just a bag of sugar. Look at that. Chewy floaters and everything. Yes! This is a s'mores. Oh yes. S'mores and coffee. S'mores, coffee. S'mores, coffee. S'mores, coffee. Alright, I'm done. Alright, it might look a little funny, but we're going to talk in the blue light because this white light is just blinding. It's about 9:30, so I'm going to crawl into my tent, get my sleeping bag, and call it a night. So let's recap day number 2. We woke up to absolute pouring rain at midnight, and that went until about 10:30 in the morning. Then we went, and I like to refamiliarize myself with this area every time I come down, especially when it's been a while. So that was the first half of the day. So we saw a bunch of does running across the road. I'm going to try to figure out how I can mount up some kind of dash cam with my action camera. Came back to camp and finished unloading camp out of the car. We set the tent and the tarp up in a more comfortable configuration. Drove closer to town so I could check in with my wife, which, you know, that's another thing. If you're out doing solo, it's a really good idea that if you can, you know, no matter what, always make sure somebody knows where you're going. And, you know, if you can, get out of the area and go check in. I check in my wife knows if I don't check in every 3 days to send help. Unless it's predetermined between me and her that I'm not going to be talking to her for longer than that. Then, you know, once I get to a certain deadline, she'll call and send help. But the places I go, if I don't come out every 3 days, she'll call the I always tell her to start with the county wildlife officer because I'm hunting public land and I'm camping on public land. And she knows the campground that I stay in. If that changes, like sites are unavailable, then I'll drive back out that same day and let her know that I'm not staying where I normally do, I'm going somewhere else. I always make sure my wife knows where I'm at. And because everything I do scares the pants off of my grandmother, she's a real big worrywart, and I'm not complaining about that. That's okay in my book. So she'll call my wife every day, every 2 days. Is Zach okay? I hope he's safe. Love you, Mimi. And then after dinner, on with the recap. After dinner, we went and kind of scoped out those 3 big sections of woods that run out into ag field or run out into that. I'm pretty sure that's all tilled up for ag now, for agriculture field now. But I think that's the spot where I kicked up that. I'm going to say he was probably about a 6-point. He didn't have that big of a body. He didn't have a like massive rack. It was just a little guy. I think we're going to go sit back over there. Alright, guys. I'm going to pack it in and call it a night. And I will see you all in the morning.